And welcome back, guys. We are on to week 3 here at First Seed Sports. I am joined by Kyle today and Dante right below us here. We nailed our start sits last week. Let's keep it going. Week 3. Kyle, who's your start this week?
My start this week is quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts. Vegas has this game as the 4th highest over/under, playing the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. I think he's a great start to have in your lineup, so you can sweat it out all week and wait until that Monday night game, and just kind of see him light it up. Jalen is currently the QB6 on the season, and he has the rushing yards to kind of back that up. He has 144 in the past 2 weeks. He's been a great quarterback and plays a defense that will allow him to score quite a bit of fantasy points for you. So I'm starting him in most of my lineups this week.
And I got to say one thing about that one there. I do love that pick against my Cowboys this weekend. Unfortunately, DeMarcus Lawrence is out now, so I know that Jalen Hurts with that read option is going to most likely tear us up Sunday night. So that's going to be an interesting one to figure out what Dallas does again. Maybe they put Parsons on the line. Maybe they go to a 3-4 look. We'll see. So I'll keep it going here. I like that start, Kyle. For my start of the week, I have Chase Claypool. So a little bit of under what he was projected to do start here. So a little bit of a sketchy play here, but I do love this play. I think it's a bounce back week for Claypool. You got Deontay Johnson, who's a little bit banged up right now. They said most likely he's going to be able to go in this game against the Bengals. But I'm going to go with Claypool. Last season in the first meeting against them, he finished with 21.3 fantasy points on 10 targets, 2 TDs. And this Cincinnati team is struggling. So I'm going to go ahead and start Chase Claypool as a wide receiver 3 flex option this week. And then let's move on. Dante, what do you got for a start of the week, man?
So I'm going to roll with Chase Edmonds, running back for the Cardinals. First week, he had 12.6 fantasy points, and he had 4 receptions in that week. Second week, he finished with 10 points, half PPR format, with 5 receptions. And the reason I bring that up is because although he hasn't scored a touchdown in either of those performances, it shows that he's being utilized in the offense. And that's really, when you're picking a player in fantasy, that's one of the main things you want to focus on is how utilized or how much they are being utilized in said offense. He averages 5.5 yards per carry so far this season, which is really good. He's going against the Jaguars that have given up the 7th most points to opposing running backs. So I think it's in good reason to believe that Chase Edmonds, with that high-powered offense, is going to score a lot of points. And the game script also is in his favor as well, just because the Cardinals are a way better team than the Jaguars. So that should enforce a little James Conner and Chase Edmonds' action as the clock starts to run out.
Yeah, I like that start there. I was about to say the same thing, that game script, man. Hopefully, like we all predict, Cardinals are going to be way ahead in this game. So expect to see a lot more Edmonds, probably some more James Conner on the ground. But I definitely do like the volume that's in that game script for him this week. So, all right. So, yeah, we got Jalen Hurts, Chase Claypool, and Chase Edmonds as our starters here. Kyle, get us started with the sits here. What do we got?
My sit of the week stays in line with that game script in the Jacksonville, Arizona game, and I am sitting James Robinson this week. He is just not being used in the way that he was last year, and because of that, his fantasy production has just been bad. He has yet to have a 10-point PPR game, and he faces a game, or he's playing in a game where they're going to be behind, like they probably will be every week this year. And he just will not have those opportunities to score your fantasy points. So I am just throwing him on my bench without a second doubt, and he's going to have a nice little place there this week.
All right. Yeah, I like that too. It's a guy right now on any fantasy roster. It's most likely that you took him in the 4th or 5th round, something around there, possibly even 3rd if you got crazy. So, yeah, it's disappointing. You got to sit a guy like that. But I do agree with the play. This guy is someone I don't think that you could sit or start, for that matter, for a while there. So let me keep it going here. I'm actually going to flip to the other side of my Chase Claypool start play, and I'm going to go to the Bengals, but I'm going to sit Joe Mixon this week. Obviously, another guy that we're talking about here where you draft him so high and it's already week 3 and you're like, wow, I might have to sit this guy. This is someone I'm sitting this week. You look at the numbers that he put up last week at Chicago on the road where they again struggled a little bit in that game offensively to get going. He did have 20 carries for 69 yards and 2 targets, 1 reception, which is good volume. The volume's there on the ground. This week they have to go into Pittsburgh to play. Although I did try to see what he did in years past at Pittsburgh, last year, unfortunately, he was hurt. Didn't get to get those 2 games in against Pittsburgh. So nothing really history-wise to go off of here other than it's a tough defense. The Bengals are clearly struggling, still got some stuff to figure out there. There are other guys this week that I definitely would play above Joe Mixon as an RB 1-2 option there. So he will officially be my sit of the week this week. And then Dante, last one, man. Take us away here.
Yeah, guys. So I got Damian Harris, running back for the Patriots this week. I recently just got a sort of a swindle deal giving him and Cooper Kupp up for Alvin Kamara. Just got to flex that real quick. But this first week, he had 16 carries, 62 yards. Or this past week, I'm sorry. He had 16 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Week 1, he had 23 touches for 100 yards. The workload in terms of how he's utilized in the offense is there. The only problem is for half PPR and PPR formats, he's really touchdown dependent. If he doesn't score, his range of points varies from 5 to 10, and obviously with that touchdown, that's when you get that RB2 upside. But he's going against New Orleans this week, and they only allow 2.7 yards per carry to a running back. That's the second least, only behind the Panthers. And he's getting a lot of the touches siphoned by James White as well, which is who has been outperforming him fantasy-wise these past 2 weeks combined. So I would say if you're not going to – the game script also doesn't favor them as well, going against the high-powered Saints offense with Alvin Kamara. So I'd say if anything sits Damian Harris, if you have to start either of them, I would go James White just for that PPR upside.
Yeah, and I agree with you there again. Same thing as kind of your start that you're going off of there, that game script, man. So obviously Patriots last week had a blowout. It was a great day for Harris on the ground. He saw plenty of volume, and this week it's going to be a little bit closer of a game. You never know what you're going to get from them. So the game script is going to definitely push things, I would say, in more James White's direction. So, all right. So, yeah, we had sits James Robinson, Joe Mixon, and Damian Harris, man. So those are our starts and sits for week 3, guys. Thank you for tuning in, man, and check us out next week for our week 4.